I'm going to talk to you about one component of my dissertation research and ecological risk assessment of the Kaipara Harbour in New Zealand. So, the Kaipara Harbour is located on the North Island of New Zealand. It's one of the largest enclosed harbours in the Southern Hemisphere. It's a multi-jurisdictional body of water, essentially divided from north to south. We've got district councils, regional councils, and unitary authorities all working under national regulations to govern a number of significant land uses in the catchment. These range from agriculture, fisheries, a recently approved tidal energy project that's quite controversial. The Maori have sacred settlements all over the catchment, and this list could go on and on, tourism, forestry, sand mining, but the main takeaway here is that there are several resource users in the catchment, and presently there's no comprehensive management plan. So that, in combination with the fragmented governance, has really led to serious decline of the harbor health, and the need to prioritize management has just become more evident. So my project offers that first step of recommendations to policy and decision makers. I went to New Zealand and conducted 25 semi-structured interviews with representative stakeholders of the catchment, and really found out from them what they felt the largest sources of stress were in the catchment and which habitats were most vulnerable at this point. Divided the catchment into 9 sub-basins, as you can see, they're called ecological districts in New Zealand, and then expanded upon the relative risk model, which is Wayne Landis's work out of the University of Washington, to semi-quantify the amount of each source in each ecological district and the amount of each habitat in each ecological district. Then applied an exposure filter, which really determines, does that source occur in the habitat? And then an effect filter, which determines, does that source have an impact on that habitat? And the output is several relative risk scores, which I'm just going to breeze through a few of the results for the Kaipara. So we can see amongst all the sources identified with the stakeholders that the fisheries industry seems to be posing the most risk at this point in time. Amongst all the habitats identified by the stakeholders, the shellfish and Maui dolphin habitats are of most pressing concern. And we can also examine this by ecological district and identify the Kaipara ecological district and the Rodney district are characterized with the most amount of risk. So the relative risk model is a really effective management tool for decision and policy makers. It offers a common language of comparing apples and oranges. We're comparing sedimentation and runoff and agriculture to shellfish, Maui dolphin habitat, sharks, and so on. Stakeholders are engaged. It's vital for their involvement for the problem formulation phase, and that way the results also can cater to a number of different perspectives. I can offer concrete policy recommendations to the district managers in the Kaipara catchment, saying these are the top 3 sources of threat that are occurring in your district, and these are the 3 habitats I believe are of most pressing concern. And finally, more than anything, this really offers that initial step of beginning that dialogue of tackling some of these complex systems and tricky environmental problems. Thank you so much. I look forward to talking to you.